Today we're going to be looking at lowest common denominators. Lowest common denominators are often referred to as LCD. If you remember, denominators are found in fractions. In a fraction, the top number is called a numerator, and the bottom number is called a denominator. So how do we find the LCD? Well, there are two methods actually. One of them involves using multiples and the other involves using prime factors. I'm primarily going to be using method 1, which is using multiples, and you've probably been taught this before. The first question we're going to look at is finding the LCD for 1 over 6 and 1 over 8. As you can see, the denominator over here is 6 and the denominator over here is 8. To find the LCD of 1 over 6 and 1 over 8, we actually have to find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8. Lowest common multiple. Now this is going to get a little confusing because the lowest common multiple is also referred to as the LCM, which sounds very familiar as it is very close to the LCD. So let's look at our denominator 6 and 8. 6 and 8. What we're going to do is we're going to start listing the multiples of these numbers. Let's start with 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. Let's stop there for now. Now we're going to look at 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Now, you might notice that we have a common number between these two sets of multiples, and that is 24. So 24 actually is the lowest common multiple. Now that we have the lowest common multiple of 24, we can answer the question. And after every question, you should always write a concluding sentence. So I'm going to write the LCD is 24. And if you want, you can underline it, you can put a box around it, you can highlight it. Anything to make your concluding statement more visible would be great. Before we wrap up, I just want to again point out the similarity between LCM, which is lowest common multiple, and LCD, which is lowest common denominator. A lowest common denominator will be used when you're dealing with fractions. A lowest common multiple can be used for any number, really. We're going to look at another example. We want to find the LCD, the lowest common denominator of 1 over 4 and 5. So the first thing you want to do is we want to look at these denominators, 4 and 5. And we want to figure out the lowest common multiple of these two numbers. So let's look at the numbers 4 and 5. We're going to start listing out their multiples. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. We're going to stop there for now. We're going to list out the multiples of 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. Oops. 10 plus 5 is 15. And 15 plus 5 is 20. Now you can see that there's a common number between these two sets of numbers, and that number is 20. So 20 is actually the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5. Let's write a concluding sentence for this question now. The LCD is 20. And again, we're going to underline our concluding statement. We're going to look at one final example. We want to find the LCD, the lowest common denominator, of 1 over 3, 1 over 4, and 1 over 6. You'll notice that we're dealing with 3 fractions now instead of 2. However, the method is exactly the same. The denominators we are going to be looking at is 3, 4, and 6. So therefore, we would like to find the lowest common multiple of 3, 4, and 6. Let's look at these numbers. 3, 4, and 6. Let's start with 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. We're going to stop there for now, and we're going to move on to 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. Again, we're going to stop there. Now let's move on to 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. But hold on. I've noticed that we have a common number between these 3 sets of numbers. And because this is the lowest common multiple, let's draw a little arrow to indicate that 12 is indeed the lowest common multiple. As always, we want to write a concluding statement for this question. So I'm going to write the LCD is 12. And I'm going to underline this so that whoever's reading this knows that is the final answer.